Hey guys, Coffee and Diamonds here. I want to do a tutorial on this little beanie here. It's not little, but you know what I mean. Let's see if I can bring you up a little bit. Maybe not, don't know. All right, so this is a beanie that I made. The top of it, normally the hole's not open. It's because I did not pull tight enough. But anyway, it makes a pinwheel type shape with our decreases. And the look of your hat will be determined by the type of yarn you use. So yeah, this hat here measures, I believe, 10.5 by 9.5, 9 3/4. It's a slightly slouchy, but yeah, you want to learn how to make this? Stay tuned. Alright guys, so we're going to need a couple of different things. I start my hat with a 3.75 16-inch circular needle. Then after my brim, I switch to my 5.5 16-inch circular needles. And when my stitches, after we start decreasing, these stitches will no longer fit on just a 16-inch needle. We use, or I use, a 5.5 48-inch needle circular. And do the, I believe it's the magic loop method. Not 100%. So, anyway. So, those are the 3 needles I use. Yeah. Alright. Then I use a stitch marker. Right there. Measuring tape. Scissors. Of course, yarn. And a darning needle. Right there. Yeah, darning needle. So, besides that, the only thing left for me to get is my coffee. We are drinking Donut Shop and creamer. We have pumpkin pie. Walmart brand, because we're cheap. Anyway, so the yarn we're using is the Super Saver Jumbo Stripe, 10 ounce. You'll get a couple hats out of this. It's retro stripes, and it calls for a 5mm knitting needle. I like my 5.5. For the gauge that I knit 6 by 4. So I knit 4 stitches in an inch by 6 stitches in an inch. And this is what works for me. You can always try new things or different things. So let's get this set aside. Now, I do have some footage from the making of this hat, but some of the footage was corrupted. So, what I do not have of this hat, I will be doing with a new one. So, which means I get to make 2 hats now instead of 1. Yay me. Anyway, so we're going to start with our yarn. we're going to do the long tail cast on. If you have never knitted before, yeah, you could probably do this hat. I am not the best person to teach, I guess, actual stitches and everything, but we can try. So what we're going to do is a long tail cast on. We're going to take our yarn and hold our arm out all the way straight and put our finger in the middle of our chest. That's one right there. And I'm going to go 2 and 3. So with the long tail cast on, it is better to have more than less. Okay. Pardon the water drinking, the dog is thirsty. And this coffee is amazing. Anyway, so we start with our 3.75s. And I will hold this one here just because nobody wants to hear all that. Our long tail goes up there. This is the side that's coming from the ball. Okay. We wrap our pinky. At least this is how I do it. Most people do it different, but that's okay. I come around my finger, around my thumb, back to the pinky and the second finger. So, get a better grip on that piece so we don't cling around. So, we have it coming, I'm going to do it one more time. Through these 2 fingers, like holding it, around the index and thumb, and this side back into the stands, or the pinkies. Pinky? Yeah, anyway. So what I do first is I'll go on this side, pull back toward me and to the left. That puts 1 stitch on my needle. So what we're going to do is I'm going to turn my hand a little so you can see. I'm going to put my thumb here so it doesn't fall or slip or whatever. And I'm going to put my needle behind here. I'm going to go through the loop right there. And I'm going to grab that and pull it through. Then I'm going to drop my thumb and pull out. Okay? So, one more time. I like to pull it out a little. Go toward me, through the loop, around, behind that one, through the loop, and down. So what I say is in, around, and down. In, around, and down. So what I'm going to do is load 80 stitches onto this needle. We have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay, so I have 20 on my needle. Okay, I will meet you back when I complete 80 stitches Well, 90 stitches. I'll probably do 90 since the other hat was 90. Just to make sure my footage, you know, my stitch counts are right. So let's do 90 stitches. I shall return. All right, so I'm back. I have 90 stitches. Now, what I need to do is make sure that my braid right there, the inside, is on the inside and it is straight, not like this. So just turn it over. Okay, so just like if you were crocheting, you want no twists. So what we're going to do, this is our tail, which is extremely long for me, but whatever. This is our yarn ball. We want to keep our tail out the way. Our yarn ball. Okay. If you can tell, it's right here in the front. We need to put it behind the needle, not over, behind. This keeps us from getting twisted. Okay, so when I hold my thread, I go through the pinky, around, over, like that. Nope, I don't either. I go through the pinky, over the thumb. I forgot how I hold it, guys. Oh, yeah. So, around the pinky, around the finger, twice. Only for knitting. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to knit this first stitch, okay? Which means we go from front to back. Again, I don't know how well I'd be at teaching someone how to knit, but the pattern, yeah. So, loop around, pull through, and off. Okay, so this is a 1x1 ribbing. We knitted that one, we're going to purl the next. Okay, means we went from back to front with our yarn in front, around there, and we're going to push it through. Okay, if you need more help on a knit and a purl, I would advise you find, there's a lot of videos. I may put some out, we'll see. But for now, I guess this tutorial wouldn't be for an absolute beginner, but you know. So we're going to knit one, purl one for the ribbing through this first row. This first row can be tough sometimes, especially if you're like me and you cast on tight. So knit, and purl, knit, and purl. Okay, so we're going to continue to do that through the entire 90 stitches, and we should end on a purl. I'll be right back. Alright guys, so we are all the way back around. I just purled the last stitch and pulled this tight to make sure it's together and the stitches aren't loose. This is where we use our stitch marker. We're going to put that on. Then we're going to go around and we're going to do the same thing again. Knit the knits, purl the purls, until our ribbing is anywhere from 1.5 to 2 inches. But if you want to fold your brim up, You could do like 4 inches. It all depends on what you want. So, yeah. I will meet you back once I have the size that I want. See you in a little bit. Alright guys, we are back. I have done 1.5 inches on this one. You could do up to a 2 inch brim, but I think I'm pretty happy with the 1.5 inch. So what I'm going to do now is knit stitch all the stitches.
What the fuck?
Okay. So I can come back with some on this. Okay, so now that I've done one row of knit stitch all the way around with the 3.75 needle, I am grabbing the 5.5. I'm going to slip this first stitch onto that needle. Slip my marker, right there, do a knit stitch in the next stitch, and we're going to transfer over to this 5.5 needle. Now you're going to do a full row, plus you're going to make sure that you have anywhere, it depends on what you want. If you want a scully cap, I would make, including the brim, I would do 5.5 to 6 inches. If you want just a regular beanie, tiny bit of a slouch, or a little bit of a slouch, I would do 7 inches. And then if you want a really slouchy hat, I would do 9 to 10 inches before we start our decreasing. I will tell you that 9 to 10 inches is going to give you a very slouchy hat. So I'm going to put some music on and we're going to get to it. come back. I did the rest of my knit stitch all the way up, and I believe this one is 7, so it's not going to be a real swatchy one. Yeah, about right at 7. So what we're going to do next is our decrease rows. So I need to finish, pardon my chair, it's squeaky. Let me get in. Okay, so I need to finish this last 2 right here. Knit stitches. Okay, and I'm going to transfer my stitch marker. So I have, I believe, 90 stitches for this hat. So we need to decrease 9 times. So if we're decreasing 9 times, that means we're going to knit 2 together every 8 knits. So we're going to knit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we're going to knit 2 together. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And right here, these 2, we're going to do 2 together. We're going to do, sorry about that, 2 together. So we're going to take and slide our needle up through both stitches at the same time and knit. So that is what it means when you have a pattern that says 2 T-O-G, 2 tog, 2 together. So we're going to do that another 8 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then we're going to do our 2 tog, 2 together, knitwise. And there's our decrease. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 2 together. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 together. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 2 together. So, and 1, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 together. We're going to continue like this until the end of the round. I will meet you back. Oh, and I'm back again. Lost count if that happens. If you notice here, we have 2 big bumps, and you can see where these 2 stitches came in together. So this is our 2 tog, 2 together, decrease. Then we 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1 more, and then our decrease. There we go. And I shall return. I think I have 2 more left. Okay, so that was number 8. And before the stitch marker, we only have 2 left. We will knit those together. Boom. Done. So we're going to slip our marker. And for the next row, we're going to knit the entire row. Alright guys, and that's the last one on that row. Slip our marker. Alright, so next we're going to do another decrease row. So the first one we knit 8 stitches, 2 together. This time we're going to knit 7 stitches, 2 together. So the 8th and the 9th stitch will be together. We're going to continue like this until we have, I believe, 8 stitches left. So for this next row, we're going to knit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and stitch 8 and 9 where we 2 together decrease. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, 2 together. All right, continue to the end of the row. Alright guys, this is the part where sometimes you'll realize that you're just knitting and you're not decreasing where you need to be. So, you just go back where you were, back it up, I've caught myself doing that plenty of times. Let's see. So we have our 2 together here. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I just went right through them, didn't I? Okay. Alright, so it's fixable. Don't worry. I'm going to count again just to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then we're going to do 2 together. Because I got to paying attention to my dog more than my knitting. So, meet you back. Okay. And we have the last 2 together. And slip our marker. So, we're going to continue on with the same pattern. We're going to go 6, 2 together. First we're going to do a knit row, and then we're going to do 6, 2 together, knit row, 5, 2 together, knit row, 4, 2 together, knit row, 3, 2 together, another knit row, 2, 2 together, one more knit row, and then 1, 2 together. After the final knit row, we're going to do 2 together, every 2 stitches together. Okay, I will come back when I'm at the stage where I need to transfer over from the 16-inch needle to I think I use a 48-inch needle, and do the magic loop method. So I shall return in a little bit. Okay guys, so what we're doing is we are going to switch our needles to the 48-inch 5.5s. I'm just showing here. So we're going to slip our stitches knitwise over to the other needle, and then once our stitches are loaded, we will continue. Okay, so we are going to take our needle from the other side and make sure our yarn is above the needle. Okay, so it looks like we're doing a decrease row. If you need more assistance on how to do the magic loop method, there are a lot of videos out there. And I'll meet back up with you when we have 9 stitches on our hook. Sorry, this is not crochet. When we have 9 stitches on the needles. Shall return. Okay, guys. Okay, so let's start the closing of the hat. We grab our darning needle and we thread the extra yarn that we cut through there. Then we're going to make sure our project is set up to where we're pulling the stitches off the needle knitwise, like in a circular motion or counterclockwise. So you see me pushing the needle back through the stitches just so I can unload those stitches onto the darning needle. If you notice, there's 4 on this side. We're going to get rid of the needle, pull that through those stitches. Then we're going to reset the other needle. Okay, so now we will also remove these. So once you've got that, you want to get your hat situated to where you can go through the same stitches another time. That way when you pull your hat closed, it will cinch and you just weave in your ends. So I will leave it right here. I will be closing the top and weaving in the end from the brim. Alright guys, so if you liked the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more tutorials or anything, really, that was my cat, sorry about that. If you would like to see any more videos, go ahead and, leave some suggestions down in the comments, and I'll see what I can do. But, yeah, guys, like I say in all my videos, tell the people in your life you love them, because you never know if you're ever going to get another chance. All right, guys, bye.